Well, I think we're live. At least, I swear we better be live. I think we are, though. What's going on, Koro? And yeah, that's all we have in the chat right now. But there are definitely a couple people. And yeah, I hope the audio quality is coming in nicely because tonight we are going to be doing a special episode. This happens every other Monday, and then we do the chicken chat. So yeah. Yeah, it's Monday. I forgot. I thought it was Sunday, but it's Monday. So yeah, welcome into the chat, everybody. I hope you're all having a good day. It is a beautiful Monday evening. It's a decent bit cooler than yesterday, at least. That's all I gotta say. So, yeah, if anyone, before we begin, if anyone wants a status update on the stream highlights for the chicken chat last night, I'll gladly give it to you real quick. So, let me just show you. I'll show you for like a couple seconds. It's hopefully gonna be up by the time we're done with the stream. So, this is the thumbnail for the video. You can see how I put it together over here. And inside the editor, this is what I got done so far. So I definitely did a little bit of work on this today. You can definitely see how it is starting to come together, but slowly. So that's all we got to say about the stream highlights. What's going on, Micro Farmer? What's up? I think I sent you I believe at least I sent you the invite link through the email. You might remember that. I think I sent it. I need to double check though. I'm gonna have to double check that one because I am really good at forgetting things, like a lot of things. So yeah, good evening everyone. It is a nice little Monday evening. I gotta say, the garden's doing nice out there. It is just it's like I gotta say, we haven't watered the garden like directly from like a hose for like at least a couple years because either the well is has too little water in it, or it's too, fill. So yeah, I think I sent it. At least I checked. It's possible you didn't get it because I have the world's worst internet connection. So yeah. All right. Oh, I do not want to leave the site. I almost clicked the wrong button, which I've done to end. I don't know. I think 50 or 60 streams at this point. I've clicked the wrong button. Even before I did streams consistently, I've always clicked the wrong button. And I've ended it so many times, but we're going to stay. We're staying here. We're going to do this for 2 to possibly even as high as 3 hours, if I can make it to 3 hours. I'm going to try to make it to 3 hours. Don't you worry. If I can't sit in this chair, which I'll probably be able to sit in here for about an hour more at most, I'll probably go outside for an hour and then back in for the last hour. So, yeah, I'm just going to send it in the chat real quick. So that's the invite link. Since I am pretty well aware that there probably won't be that many people in the chat, there can be more than one person in the chat room. It's a special guest occasion, but I'll allow more people in later in the chat where you can go up and talk about your garden as well. So this is the chat where we discuss all sorts of things about gardening. Because gardening, for me, I can talk about that all day and I won't be tired, to be honest. So if anyone wants to go up onto the chat panel and discuss about their garden, you can stay up as long as you want to, as long as there isn't 6 people or whatever the limit is. I don't remember, to be honest. All right. So there we have the invite link. And yeah. So what's going on with anyone's garden in the chat right now? It is 4 minutes into the chat, and how's everybody's garden doing right now? I know my garden is alive, and the gourds and zucchini are definitely sprouting, and that's all there really is to it. The tomatoes, due to the recent rains, we got a foot of rain so far this month. It knocked over some of my broccoli, so the broccoli is... So we fed one of the broccoli plants to the chickens. The chickens love it. And that's all the plants we fed to the chickens so far, because there are only a few plants that the chickens can actually eat without them getting poisoning in the garden. So if we're going to put them in at the end of the season, we're going to have to rip out those potentially poisonous plants and just keep the ones that I know they'll enjoy and is safe for them. So basically the entire dirt mound, you might have saw that short I dropped last night where I discussed about the new dirt mound that was in the yard from the pool built back in the fall. They dug that massive area up where the pool is right now, and we forgot to move the dirt back into place, so weeds have grown on top of it, and there are some weeds that are about maybe 3-4 feet tall, and the chickens discovered it this morning. They hadn't yet discovered it yesterday, but this morning they discovered it, and I think they were on there for at least a couple hours. I was about to film a video, but I wasn't really able to. Instead, I decided to film a video where I shaked the, the treat basket, and they came faster than ever that time because it has goldfish in it. So rule number 1 for having chickens, make sure you have some goldfish and a garden. All right.
Oh shit! Yeah, what? Can I hear you? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Good. So what's going on? What's going on? So what's the topic today? Besides, I know you said it's what's called now the chicken. What is it called? The chicken shack.
This is the garden show. The chicken chow will be next week.
Oh, okay.
I'm starting to do lives again because like I've not done them consistency for like the longest time.
Oh, okay. Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, man. Like me, I'm busy, man. Like super duper busy. Man. So
Yeah,
I was
like schools.
like,
Yeah,
you got like different emails. I was like, who's that? And I'm like, all right. So I was like, yeah. So
yeah, that's
just
the one that I send like invites to. The other one is for like business things, like
uh,
sponsorships.
oh, okay. I hope you get some, man. You got some sponsors already?
I have one potential sponsor for a chicken feed company.
Oh, okay.
I'm just waiting to hear back.
Okay.
That's the first of I think two other. I don't remember the other one. I'd have to double check and see what the other one is. But I'm getting popular enough to the point where like I can start at least getting a sponsor to
Yeah.
potentially. I know you've probably gotten a couple of sponsors at this point as well.
Yeah, but yeah, I got sponsors, not as microfarmer, not as microfarmer, but yeah. I mean, you should be there now because you at 2 Gs now, man. So you should be able, if you're really gonna go into it, if you really want to go for it, you can just send emails like while you on spring, I mean summer break. Yeah, you can hit
Yeah,
all those companies up. You can hit Purina, you can hit Track Supply, all of them, man.
yeah. I mean, you're also getting pretty close to 2K as well. So
Ain't you at 2K already?
yeah, I'm at 2,112.
Yeah, 2K is all you need. You only needed 1,500. I mean, but it's
Yeah,
up to you. Like I tell people, it's all up to how you want to motivate yourself, what your situations. I don't, uh, yeah, you can reach out to these people. You can reach out to emails, and it's not even hard, man, because all you got to do is make a template, right, of what you want to ask for. And then all
yeah,
you got to do is fill in the blanks and then send it to Purina, Track Supply, anything that deal with chickens, farming equipment. You're just gonna get an array of people, man. Like this company. Oh shit. Man. Like this company right here. If you pushed it like this, you're a young guy. Like Uline, they sell a lot of stuff that's things, catalogs of stuff that you might need for a farm. It's so much out there, man. Especially farm. You might can get even John Deere to sponsor you, man.
mm,
Um, and to me, your niche would be that you're a young teenager, man. So that's like awesome. Like a lot of people want to get involved with the youth. You know what I mean?
yeah,
First thing they always talk about, older people talk about, oh, the youth don't want to work, the youth don't have ethnics, the youth don't do this, and you've proven them wrong. You get out there, the more you deal with your chickens, you deal with the coyotes, the wolves, whatever.
yeah.
So, you know, you definitely can get out there. I'm just trying to get ahead of this heat wave that's about to come here on Wednesday. So,
Yeah, I saw that as well. I think it's only like one day where it's gonna be above 90 here. Like I saw on Friday it's gonna be like 92, but then it's gonna be like 88 and then 89 on like Wednesday and Thursday. But it does look like it'll be also like really humid, so that's gonna make things a lot worse.
yeah, I'm in Southern Connecticut, so we got it Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, more likely Saturday also. So I'm
Yeah,
trying to get ahead with the just keeping the rabbits water nice and cold. Putting some bottles of water in the freezer so it could freeze. I can just throw them in their playpens. They can lay on next to it. Um, yeah, that part. And probably make a block of ice so I can put the block of ice in some water for the chickens. So every day I can just drop some ice blocks inside their water feeder. Yeah, make sure they keep some cool water. Yeah, so that's it, man. But otherwise, everything else is good. The garden is suffering. That's what I can say that much.
yeah. I saw that you're getting like a lot of rain because like you're closer to the coast, and that's I think the way like moisture travels or something like that.
But
Like you've been getting a lot of rain.
We got a lot of rain, and what happened was when it rained, when it stopped, the humidity was like ridiculous. So it was almost like a rainforest. I mean, I don't even know what a rainforest. I've never been a rainforest, but it was like, I don't know, it just got so muggy and hot and humidity. And a lot of plants were starting to show mildew, like powder mildew on top of some of the squash leaves and stuff like that. So I try to cut those back today. Try to get some air supply through it. So yeah, man. So I'm gonna get my rabbit poop. I'm gonna top dress my vegetables tomorrow with rabbit poop. I'm gonna clean up the rabbit poop, and I'm gonna just top dress all my plants with rabbit poop, and then I'm gonna give them a hard watering around tomorrow. Just get them a hell of a drench. And then when Wednesday the heat comes on, I don't really have to do too much watering, because I'm gonna saturate the soil. So at least I get Wednesday and Thursday out of it without actually using a lot of water. Had 30 chickens. One passed away early this season. I don't know, but that was the one that had a neck problem. It didn't seem like she got better, and then like maybe 4 days, I would say about 4 days later, she was dying. So it was one of
we lost so many chickens this year. I'm pretty sure we have two flocks, right? Pet flock and farm flock. The pet flock is typically unaffected since they're closer to the house. The farm flock is typically the ones, since they're a little bit further away from the house, they're typically the ones that are going to get attacked by stuff. But like, it started with Chicken Burger back in April. She was killed by a fox. Then Lovey was killed back in, I'm pretty sure you heard of Lovey as well, right? She died back in June. Yeah.
My thing is this: even if you have a house flock near flock, it's like, what do you plan to do? Like, what are your families planning to do? Like, stop losing chickens to these predators. Like, are you willing to? Are y'all just gonna let them just fend for themselves, or are you gonna try to actually build a better fox resisting run or coop with these chickens?
Yeah, because there's not much you can really do. No matter how strong you build it, there's always going to be a weak point in like the yard somewhere, and like that's how the coyotes trample the fence. Because you know how wet it's been over here, right? Since our chicken run is you get some like shoes or boots on, you shove the things that go into the ground, little stakes, you shove those things into the ground, and they make up the yard. It was really saturated. Like, we got like 8 inches of rain, so on last Thursday, the coyotes were just so easily able to just trample that thing, and they killed 3 chickens, left my last duck dead in the yard, and then later they came and killed 12 chickens in the other flock. So they have just been abusing the power of the rain recently. So I just want it to stop raining so we can start using.
You ain't got a little 22 rifle out there, man, to pop them.
Yeah, we're going to start doing that. The only problem is it takes a lot of patience to do that, because you have to sit up in like a stand for like hours on end. But it does help a little bit, at least.
Do you feel that the time it comes, like, okay, it's not during the daytime, it's the time y'all usually sleep?
Yeah, it's around like 7:30 typally. I've seen it every day at around 7:30.
Well, I'm not. Well, you're out of school, man. I'd have been up there. I'd have been just sitting out there. I'd have got some sleep. Woke up about 4:30 afternoon and be in somewhere high above and just pop them.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And they, like, you can hear them from the house sometimes as well. Like, I could be like outside at like midnight, because like sometimes there's been raccoons. So like sometimes I'm out there to check and make sure they're okay, and I'm like just like sitting out there watching YouTube. Sometimes I hear them surrounded completely. So yeah.
Or those of self-foraging chickens. I mean, because my thing is, when people tell me they lost their chickens, and if you put too much work in feed, that's money just gone up in smokes for an animal outside of the situation. It's like,
yeah, we have like a little feed. We don't have like a lot of feed. We have feed that can support them if like there's no greens, but they typically get like all their food from like bugs and greens and lettuce and stuff. So it's not a whole lot of money.
Free range chickens, so it's not really costing you really no money if you lose one.
Yeah, ducks on the other hand, yeah, it's a pretty big dent, because a lot of people like duck eggs, and they're more expensive than chicken eggs. So.
Mm-hmm. I remember I had ducks, man. I can't do it no more. I had the Pekin ducks, which I call the drakes, whatever.
Yeah, those things.
They just too messy for a backyard. That's something I wouldn't even keep as a back. you gotta have some space for they feces and stuff.
Yeah.
It was a bad move for me. It was just messy. It was just they poop is just almost as big as Chihuahua's poop. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And like it's like really wet. Like this winter, like I kept begging for snow this winter, but every time it decided it wanted to snow, it just turned to rain, like an inch or two of rain. So when it did that, it just made a massive mess out of my backyard. And since ducks, like they like to drill their bills into the ground. They make like 3-4 inch deep holes everywhere, and it's like really messy and makes the yard more muddy in the winter.
Yeah. So I got rid of my ducks. I used to give the eggs away until I found out how expensive they were. It was, I said, no, I don't eat the eggs, whatever. And kind of find out each duck egg was going for like $1 a piece. I don't know what they go for now, but each egg was going for $1 a piece. I was just giving it to them, giving it to the lady. And I was like, I don't eat duck eggs. I don't eat eggs, period. So it's like, I was just giving away. Then I realized I went to the supermarket one day and I saw duck eggs for $1 an egg. It's like, that's bananas. This lady been getting over on me for a minute. Sometimes you just don't know what you have, So, I mean, I wouldn't charge it anyway, but it was the fact that I was like, oh, wow, they expensive than a chicken egg. So what have you learned since you moved up the gates? Hey, Michelle Faulkner, what's going on? Old Man King Homestead, how y'all doing?
One of the most important things I've learned about coyotes is that they attack when you least expect them. And when they attack, they don't howl. Like, they try to keep it down because they know, since I have little siblings and they're not the quietest, since they know that, they typically come when we're asleep because they started to, I'm pretty sure they sent out scouts to check and see when it's like quiet out. So like what they do is they go out there at like 6 in the morning and like they do that. During the school year, I can easily prevent that. But like we're not going back to school till August 23rd, so it's gonna be a little bit later.
Okay. So how you like high school? I mean, I was last year was your first year, right?
Yeah, it was okay, but like there could definitely be some things better. Like first off, I would like a little bit more time in the morning for the chickens. Like it starts at like 7:15, I think is when first period is. So like it's pretty early in the morning. So and the bus comes at like 5:40. So I have to be up and awake by 5 to be able to get out there for the chickens.
Wow. So you one of those kids that's on the bus, the first kid that gets on the bus. Yeah. Oh, that sucks, bro. Jeez. You gotta hurry up and get your driver's license or something. Hey,
that's coming like next year. So like I'm 15 this year, so next year I'd be able to get it.
I feel sorry for those kids that have to get on the bus, the school bus first at, like you said, 5 o'clock, and you go all around the town. You on that bus for like 2.5 hours before you get to school.
Yeah. So like I'd have to since like my area is like ridiculously bad with mobile data, there's like sometimes I can't even like watch videos while I'm just sitting there in the bus. So the best I could do was just sit there and stare out of the window and look at trees. That's the best you could do.
My kids lucked out with the bus. They're the last kids to get picked up in the morning, and the first kids get dropped off when school's out. So they don't even be on the bus no more than 10 minutes. Like they pick them up here. They're the last kids get picked up. School is about a mile up the road here, and when school let out, they're the first ones to get dropped off because they were the last ones to get picked up. So that's a good thing. Hope next year the same thing, because as the bus comes this way, the school's just up like a mile and a quarter. Yeah, about a mile and a quarter up the road here. So that's a good thing. They're the last ones to get picked up, first ones to get dropped off, so they don't have no problem, being on the bus for too long. Yeah. Oh, somebody said in Los Angeles they pay $5.99 to $8.99 for a dozen of duck eggs. Is it duck eggs or chicken eggs? That's
Hang on. I'll be back in a second. Hang on.
Oh, he gonna put me up in Front Street. I ain't even shave. So I see Nikki, your garden, you was up there harvesting your garden. I'm just upset with only good harvest I've been getting lately which is basically the best thing anyway, is my hot peppers. My peppers are doing better than usual. So I can't really complain because I use the hot peppers to actually make my spices for November, October, November. I make a special rub for all season rub, hot rub for people in the college, the kids with chicken wings. You can use on everything you want to use on. So it's a multi-purpose hot. It's mixed with Carolina Reapers, ghost pepper, Scotch bonnet, every hot pepper, jalapeno, serrano peppers, chili peppers, every hot pepper that you can grow in America under our conditions of weather, not in control, is in that season. And then you have your regular salt and your garlic and your other little spices added to it. So, yeah, so that's it. So definitely, I'm loving it. Peppers, tomatoes for me in my area, 7A over here in Connecticut. Started off very slow. Tomatoes. I don't know if it's going to make a late bloom off in August. And just take off. My nectarine tree is looking good, looking promising. Probably got another good 2 to 3 weeks before they're super sweet, and I can harvest those. The pear tree has a few issues because I had leaf, what they call the curl leaf disease, and I realized I got some new ants in here. I don't know where those kind of ants. They're like little red ants. I thought they were spiders, but they're like some type of red ants. Because usually here in Connecticut, we have these. We got the black ants, the regular black army ants, ants. But these ants are like more like a Asian looking ant. It was red, little skinny little legs. It looked different than any other ant. I never even saw those ants before in my garden. I've been here for 10 years now. Never saw those type of ants until this year, and I thought they were spiders, and then I realized they was red. And I was like, those are ants. And I meant to catch them in a jar so y'all could see what I was talking about. Totally different type of ants. Yeah. But you had a nice harvest, Nikki. That's what me and Hands and Dirt was talking about. And then maybe y'all have that. Like, I think because I live in Connecticut, I'm 7A. I mean, the chicken, you what? What zone you in?
6A.
He's in 6A. So like Hands and Dirt was saying, like some people be in 7A in Georgia, maybe 7A towards Mount, whatever. And some people different, like the 7A in Tennessee, and Angela Busy B, she would be harvesting before we even put something in the ground. I'd be like, well, she's a 7A. I never knew what 7A, like these zones are all about. I thought if you're in 7A zone, y'all all get the same temperature, but that's not true. I don't even know what zones are no more. I'm confused. And if you say, oh, I'm in 7A, and yeah, Maryland 7A, right? But you harvesting, you have not got real bad jibs. So we don't get the same weather, even though we're in the same zone. Our weather, something is totally different. So, because like Auntie Ellen, she's in, I think, 7B. Connecticut has about 3 grow zones in Connecticut, and we're a small state. Okay, Miss Faulkner is saying she's in 7B, but there's a 7A in Georgia also. So the zones go lateral or it goes, I don't know how. I don't even know how the zone's set up. I don't even know no more because people tell me they in zone 7A. I'm like, how was you harvesting already? And I'm just getting started. Yeah, that's it. Weather's way different. It's like it's crazy. And you're in a zone, so to me, the zone doesn't even matter no more. You got to go find actually what grows in your area. Because 7A in Tennessee is different than 7A in Georgia or 7A in Southern Connecticut. It's totally different zones. I believe Ohio has a 7A. I believe Miss OG is 7A. He said he's 6B. I mean, you say you're 6B? Oh, you got 8 zones in Georgia? Wow. Oh, there's 8 in Georgia. Yeah, I never had an ant problem. That's what I'm saying. I never had an ant problem. The reason why I'm saying I see ants because my peach trees has been hit with the curly leaf disease for 3 years in a row. And I noticed some of the peaches, it was like sugar crystals were coming out of them. Like it was actually spewing out like nectar from the peaches. So I know it's sugar. So I know where sugar, ants are coming. And so that weirded me out, but I thought maybe sums up because the peaches are not right, but they was pushing out from the actual fruit. The fruit was pushing out, looked like sugar glycerin. It looked like it was pushing out sugar molecules, glucose molecules. So when I went the other day and I was shooting a film and I saw these ants and I realized they had like my peaches were pushing out from the actual fruit itself was pushing out, it looked like sugar or glucose was coming from under the skin out on the surface of the peaches. Not all of them, but some of them was actually pushing out like glucose. But I know how to get rid of the ants. I just didn't realize I dealt with. I go get me some Irish Spring soap, put them in a mason jar, then go put it in a spray bottle and I spray it. Irish Spring does wonders. Borax, I ain't gonna mess with borax because I like to take stuff off my vines and eat them right up. I usually go like, rub it on your shirt and eat it. So if I put borax and pesticides on my food, I probably kill myself after 20 years of eating like that. I take my tomatoes, I get the cherry tomatoes from out in the garden, I throw them in my mouth. You heard me last week, I was chewing on some of them cherry tomatoes, some cherry little tomatoes. So I like to pick off my garden, so I don't want to put nothing chemical-wise. I eat a little soap every day, soap ain't gonna kill you. But that borax and stuff, every time I come down here, Nikki, come get your dog, Nikki. That ain't nothing but Willow. If y'all hear banging the boot, that's Willow messing around in her cage. It's like she's up there wrestling Tessa by herself. She's in her own. She's just too much. She is the worst. That's her up there. See if I bang down because she's right above me. No, she don't want out. She just be just tearing up them bowls. She's a destructive little pup. That's her messing with her bowl. It's a bowl, but she can't chew the bowl because that's a decent sized bowl. So the other bowls, man, she cracking them over with her little raggedy teeth. She just, and I just take everything out. She's the worst sometimes. She'll knock over if she can't chew the bowl. She'll spill the whole. This is what makes me mad with her sometimes. She'll spill the whole water bowl. Right now, the whole cage is full of water, and then she's gonna whine because she don't want to sit in the water that she done spilled over. So, and then she likes to get into everything. I understand why you say, nigga, you keep your dogs outside, but she's a pup, so I expect that. But yeah, she keeps me with a mop. I feel like what's that lady name? Carol Burnett. Remember Carol Burnett when she was pushing her mop, scratching her butt? Willow keeps me with a mop in my hand. I feel like I'm a janitor. 7 with her. Oh yeah. I know how I fix her. I try to put her outside, everybody outside at 10 o'clock at night so I can get a good sleep. Yeah, that's their last. I don't care if they went out at 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock before I go lay down. They going out there for half an hour, so I can sleep through the night. Because at one time I'll be like 8, 9 o'clock will be the last time, and then Willow will be at like you hear whining, at like 1 o'clock in the morning. That's out there. She's the worst. I'm ready to go upstairs and put her outside right now. Because she's just on top of my head. That's annoying. So the chicken, how was your dog? You had a dog that was getting old, right?
I have 2 dogs. I have a cat that's getting old. Both of my dogs are, one of them is 5, yeah. The other one is 5 in February. And one of them is a Great Dane, and he's the one that sleeps in my room because getting kicked out of a room with like a two beds in it because he stretches himself out. So he stretches himself out on my bed. Sometimes I don't have any room. Sometimes he curls up into a ball on the other side of the bed, and he's just fine like that. My other dog, she's a little pitty, Piper, pit bulls, and like she is a little bit more rambunctious than that dog. My other dog, my Great Dane, he just sits around all day. He goes outside. He doesn't really care too much. He knows that he's a big dog. He doesn't really know he's a big dog. He thinks he's a tiny dog. But like my pit bull Piper, she like if you leave if one of my little siblings leaves a stuffed animal out on the floor and we go somewhere for like an hour, best believe by the time we get back home, I think that's gonna be torn up. So like whenever we go, sometimes we have to put her in a kennel for like an hour or two.
He said, "Good girl, Willow." No, Willow's okay. She's fine. It's just that she needs to be supervised. That's all. Willow, long as you got eyes on her, she cool. But Lord knows, don't you forget to put her in or whatever. Some Barbie doll, something's getting tore up. Like I said, if you have a piece of paper towel on the floor or a piece of paper on the floor, you come back there, it's shredded to pieces. She likes shoelaces. She's gonna chew on your shoelace. Your shoelace is gonna be just filled just as soggy as you fell in the swamp. She just chew on that. But otherwise, she's a great dog. I mean, she's a copycat. She follows whatever Kate does. It's like Kate is follow the lead with her and Kate. But otherwise, that's it. But everybody else is good. My chickens are doing good. My rabbits doing good. Only thing I learned about rabbits, and it breaks my heart that Marshmallow and Snoop. I never, being new to rabbits is that they're too dominant. You cannot even mix them with other dogs. It's like a put them to sleep type situation. They don't get along with each other. They don't get along with other rabbits unless it's a girl. They just not going to work together. And it's like, okay, it's like you being in a 2-bedroom apartment with 10 kids. Like you got to share something. Somebody's got to lead. The older kid got to go. So Marshmallow and Snoop is on the chopping block. They're just got my going bald thinking about what I'm gonna do with them. Bad weather. The only reason why I did what I did, I don't know if you saw the video. There's a piece of board across. So I put them in dog cages, which Marshmallow got the bigger one, and Snoop did. But I put the board over in case it start raining or it gets real hot. They get out directly out the sun because if I keep them in the chicken coop gets super hot. And I need it next year. I really do need to put exchange of like what's it called, air exchange fan in there, exhaust fan to pull out that air when we don't have air. Like air doesn't flow. It's just hot, humid, and it's just the air is stagnated. It's just the wind and nothing. So I do need to put some type of big exhaust fan in there or something to snatch that air out to bring in fresh air. Or fill it in with some good air. I don't know. So I'm gonna look on Facebook Market and put type of industrial fans and pick one up just for that. Like it'll just pull the air out the chicken coop. And I realized I don't know if you find that. A matter of fact, actually, since you have chickens like me, so do you notice when it gets super hot, your chickens don't lay? My chickens didn't lay. When it got super hot. Oh, they slow that production down.
Yeah, I've noticed that, especially like recently. Like it's gotten a lot warmer than it has been recently, and the chickens, like a couple days ago, they would lay. Like my farm flock used to have 18. Now we only have 6 chickens. Out of the 6 chickens, 4 of them laid the eggs, and yesterday I got no eggs out of the flock. Then that was like a week ago. I got like 4 eggs out of that flock. So it's been up and down with them, and yeah, I've noticed that. Like if it's like too hot or too cold, they're not gonna lay the eggs. Like they're not really good for like constant temperatures changes.
Yeah, because I realized I was going, I'm like, man, I ain't got no eggs, nothing. and they eat up a storm, but no egg production. It was like, but then I realized, we never been this super hot like this unless it was a heat wave. But lately, the weather, like you said, has been fluctuating here, and the rain and the mud and all that. And that's another thing I'm working on now. I'm so sorry I didn't get wood chips this year, but if I do see a truck somewhere when I'm driving, I'm gonna tell them to drop that wood chips at my house because with all that rain, my chicken coop was muddy and it just gave me more work to clean the eggs. Mud on top of on the eggs was ridiculous. It was just too much time. It was too much time consuming to actually wash mud poop off the eggs. It was just like, okay, you talk about probably like 6, 7, because I don't collect eggs every day, so I collect them like every other day or whatever. 3 days can go by before I collect them, and I'm looking at probably like 5 to 6 dozen eggs to wash them. That's time consuming. Oh yeah. I know you had a big supply. That was a big truck that dropped that wood chips off you. I usually try to find a small little guy who's a little independent dude, little truck. He ain't got no big truck, I don't want to sound racist, but a little Mexican guy with that little Ford F-150 or that Ford 250, where he just everything's sitting in the back of that pickup. It's probably no more than 10 yards of wood chips back there. I'm not trying to go for those commercial dudes. Those commercial dudes, nah. I ain't got my body don't have the strength to pull all that stuff back there. I just need one of them small ones. Yeah, it was huge. You probably got a big truck, like a company truck. They dumped that off. That compost. That chip pile is what, 2 years old now? That you have sitting in there? Yeah, that's it. What else I got going on? Oh, this year I gotta sell a lot of tea, man, because I need my trees cut. Never put a pool under oak trees. Learning that mistake this year. Wasn't like that last year because they have acorns on the tree. They got baby acorns and everything falls in the pool. Down to if the birds are trying to chase insects, bugs falling in the pool, baby acorns are falling in the pool. Yeah, so so we're gonna try to cut these trees back, not kill the tree, not cutting the tree down. We're actually gonna totem pole the tree. That's what a lot of our neighbors are doing now. Instead of killing the whole tree, chopping the whole tree down, they actually making totem poles out of them where they're alive, but they'll sprout out new branches. By the time those branches get big like the ones now, I'll be dead and gone. So that's the way I'm looking at, like they're looking at it. You don't kill the tree, but those big, thick, 3 feet wide branches, it'll take another 30 to 40 years before that tree ever get those type of branches back. So I'm 56 right now. I will never have to cut those trees again. Yet what's this called life? No, they don't lollipop it. There ain't no lollipop in here. They actually totem pole them joints. They take the top off. It look like it's just a straight totem pole, and then you'll see the little sprouts of branches come back out, and at least next year it'll look like chichilla. You'll have look like a broccoli top. As a matter of fact, I might shoot a video of those things. A couple of neighbors, they don't kill the tree. They just cut all the branches off. They just cut it. And like after 1 year, you'll see sprouting out these little new sprouts, and you'll see it look like a chichilla pet. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot a video about that. They don't, some people actually cut the tree down because they don't want to be bothered with it, but I did the math. I'm 56 this year. By the time those branches ever get back that big again, I'll be long gone, Lucille. I'll be long gone. Because I never really want, you look at a tree, unless it's diseased, you saying that tree's probably been sitting out there for that tree to get that massive, it's probably 100 years old or more. Yeah, you come with a chainsaw and cut his life down less than an hour. Yeah, it looks like a totem pole. It look like the totem poles that Native Americans had. The totem poles, like yeah. Mm-hmm. Don't look like a telephone pole. I mean, it's this concept of a telephone pole, but they just cut all the branches off of it. Just cut all the branches off. They cut the branches all the way back to almost to the main trunk of the tree, and then sometimes like you said, they will top it if you want them to top it. They'll just cut the top off. Matter of fact, they don't cut the top off. They cut the top off at a slant. So the tree is cut off on a slant. So if it rains, the water comes off and don't rot the tree out. So the water doesn't sit on the flat top like this. So they just cut it on a slant like that. and then the water hits and just come down the tree. So it's a better way than killing the tree. Because I'm thinking this tree has to be. These trees on my property, one's got to be over 100 years old, well over 100 years. This probably was here before they even built this house. The other ones could be right behind it, 80, 90 years old, easily. So this house was built in 1974. So do the math when the house is up there. The house is over 30 years old. So these trees were probably here before they even built this house. So that's it. But most of my other neighbors, like 4 years ago, they was just cutting trees down. They was just take the whole tree down, and then they realized they lived in the Northeast. Now your house is cold because you don't have a windbreak. And that's the only thing I want to keep my trees for the windbreak. Yeah. So if they're super thick, you got to imagine how old those trees are. Trees got to be almost probably 60, 70 years old. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Let me see. So chicken. So what you got planned, chicken?
So in the garden we have some things in the garden. Like we have some tomatoes. We have a couple of varieties. We have Romas, 4th of July's, and beef steaks. The Romas are the main ones because those are the ones that you can make tomato sauce with. And then we have cucumbers, which are not doing so hot. Then we recently planted zucchini and gourds, which are coming up nicely in the recent rain. We have some green beans coming that are starting to go in. We planted them like a couple weeks ago, so they're getting bigger now. We have peppers that are starting to flower now. And our sweet corn died, but we do have potatoes and mint in our front yard, though, which is good. So all the potatoes and the mint is doing good. The only thing I've noticed is that there's like these tiny little bugs on some of the mint plants. They look like little ladybugs. I don't know if you've seen those before, but like, they're like
brownish. They're like a brownish yellow.
They were only on the.
I'm looking at. They're not the traditional red ladybugs, red and black ladybugs. Mine's has got like an orange tint with black.
Yeah, we have those up here as well too.
So I don't know if that's a ladybug or that's something else, but it looks like a ladybug. But I'm so, traditional ladybug is a red bug with little black spots on it. But this one is like an off orange, like matter of fact, almost like my shirt right here, off orange, like a burnt orange with spots on it. So I don't know. But I got animals living among me. I'm about to evict a bunch. I'm about to kick mama and babies off my property. They getting on my nerve. The other day I have down here we have a wall unit air conditioner, right? So I didn't put a net over it, the net over the casing. So I went to go get my water hose. Damn bird shot out from between the air conditioning unit that's outside. And then I looked in there, mama bird and baby birds sitting in between the air conditioning, the little gap like this. And I'm like, oh my God, I got squirrels and put condos and 3 family homes up here. And the one robin, she got a nest in my Concord grape. She got her babies. And then this bird here, everybody just moving in without paying on rent. This is crazy. I'm about to convict mama. Section 8 is up. That's what I'm just saying.
Yeah, we have some issues with little birds as well sometimes. Like in the barn, like some of the things in the barn aren't completely finished. Like I think one day we must have left the door open or something because like there's birds now living up in the rafters. So like they are hidden and they're like 20 feet in the air too. So like they're really hard to evict. So they're going to be staying up there probably until about the fall. And then we're going to figure out how to get the nests down. But they've been raided by starlings a lot recently, little tiny sparrows. I don't know if you know what starlings are, but like they raid little birds.
Them birds, they here too. Every bird you got up there, we got it right down here. That's all. You got the suburbs and you got the rural. Everything you got, we have here. I believe the birds you talking about is here. I got some pretty birds here, man. I mean, I'm talking about some pretty birds, man. They new here too. I don't know if they migrate every other year or something like that. But I have some. I ain't gonna lie. I was watching these pretty birds, man. And I thought about Norman Bates. Oh, you might not know Bates Motel.
Yeah.
Have you seen that movie, Bates Motel, the horror flick? No, I probably didn't. No. Well, it was a guy he was a killer, whatever. Had a hotel called Norman Bates, and he used to take pretty birds and he'll taxiderm them, man. And I thought about these birds right here. Some of them are so pretty to have as a collection as a taxiderm. Beautiful colors. I had a blue jay here. I had a red cardinal. I'm talking about pretty. Then there's this pretty gray kind of bird. It's like a weird grayish bird. Beautiful. Um, there's some pretty birds here. I mean, they're new. Then we have these. I think somebody parakeet got away, bro. Because she used to hang around the chicken coop. Now she probably died over the winter. She was here last year summer. It was like a parakeet, like a tropical bird, and she probably perished, you know, because it was like a pet, or it maybe got out of a store somewhere. But it was nice, and it wasn't scared of me. That's why I knew it would look like somebody's pet because it used to be in my 420 growth. Like every time I go in my 420 props, um, she or he be there. Like she stayed around the 420 crops. And I was like, pretty bird too. But I know it was a tropical bird. It wasn't a bird that was native to Connecticut. It was something like either got away from somebody's house or flew out of a pet store or something. Because we have a pet store here called Petco right here. So could have came out of Petco, got away in the cage, and flew out the store and found his way over here. But I didn't see it this year.
I've actually seen that happen before. Like back where I used to live down in the south, down the southern part of the state, and then I lived in the Bronx for like a year. There was like these like weird bird when I lived back down in southern Connecticut. I lived down like like the Panhandle of the state, that area. There was like this like weird bird. It was like budgerigar parakeet, same thing. Like it was a blue one, and then a couple of years later, I got my own little blue parakeet as well. I have a green parakeet now because he died after like I think 3 months because of like a terminal illness or something like that. I don't really remember that well.
Yeah. The only thing I can't get with is a cat. But the good thing about it, we have cats here. We have those cats that somebody trained their cats to be outside door cats. So they do prowl the neighborhood. One was hanging around here for a minute. And then good old Killer Kate was like, let them know, like, you come through here, you're going to get tight. You're going to get chop. Yeah, I mean, we call it Killer Kate. That's why we call it KK. Her name is Katie, but we call her KK because she's Killer KK because she's killing everything that come up in this yard. Everything, just killing everything. Don't come. She's chasing squirrels. She's chasing birds. She catching you's a rap. I did a short with her called Killer K.
I saw that one.
She caught a Vogue and she like chomped it up like yo. So anything that comes across this fence, man, she's Killer KK and Willow's right behind her. Willow is learning a lot from Kate. Like she's observing. That's what I like about the puppy. I should start trying to film the catches. I'm not good at editing, so what's so funny about your animals? Like you good at editing and stuff. A lot of people's good at editing and stuff. Like Nikki, y'all good at that stuff. If I was to gather up just filming my animals, like putting GoPros all around my garden and my chickens and my rabbits and the dogs, there are moments you can catch like. Wow, like wow. You might not know this show. Omaha it was a show about animals like Omaha, Mutual Omaha. That's what it's called. Mutual Omaha. It's old back in 1980s. It was like, if you wanted to learn before Crocodile, not that Crocodile, the Crocodile guy that y'all familiar with, the guy, the Australian guy that died. It was a thing I used to watch as a kid. It was called Mutual Omaha. And that was like a highlight of every kid in the city to watch. It was just awesome to learn that stuff. And because there's so much weird stuff, even down to the squirrels. Like this squirrel, and I think it's going to do the same thing Nikki Dog did. Kate's going to catch this squirrel. This squirrel has this thing about teasing Kate. She'll be around, she'll stand in the chair, she'll see Kate barking at her, and she's just like, yeah, whatever. You can't come at that. I'm waiting a day Kate decided to go over that fence because she could jump the fence and catch that darn squirrel one day. The squirrel I think the squirrels get a little too comfortable. Yeah. So, oh yeah, I'm going to show the fights. I'm the play fight though. What they call the sparring match. My wife was laughing because Katie had put Willow in a headlock. Like you never saw a dog put another dog or puppy in a headlock. I mean, literally, it was like a wrestling match. She was in a headlock. Kate have actually put Willow in a headlock. It was funny because I was like, she put in a headlock. I was like, is Kate putting Willow in a headlock? And I was like, oh shoot, it is a headlock. I was like, wow. I'm like, where did she learn that move? Watching WWF too much. WWE up here in Connecticut. So, yeah, those things. But chickens, rabbits. I've been blessed not to have no mites and nothing like that with my chickens.
We have a mite issue here, unfortunately. Like, I would go into the coop at night recently, and, like, I come out, and, like, you don't want to know the type of feeling you feel when, like, there's mites crawling on you, because the mites jump from the chickens to you, and you're, like, counting them or collecting the eggs.
Wow.
You have to spray them. Like, sometimes I took, like, 3 showers after that one thing, and I still felt mites crawling all over me back last year when it was, like, really bad.
So the good thing, the best thing for that, I don't know how your skin, what's your skin, but I realize when I'm through my garden, even if I feel the heebie-jeebies, like you said, like you're going through a brush or something like that, alcohol, just get a rag with alcohol and just go from the back top of your head, wipe yourself down with alcohol and take a shower after you wipe yourself down with alcohol. Seems to take away the heebie-jeebies. Soap and water just don't do it for me. Like you said, you feel like something's crawling on you, especially when you're going through a brush or you're dealing with type of stuff and cleaning up weeds and stuff. And you just feel like something's on you, like, And I realize if you just come in, get a rag and drench it in alcohol, and I'll just go from the top of my head, back of my ears, all around my neck, and just work this big old body, and then go hit the shower with a nice warm root shower and suds. Like I'm suds, like you're young man, so. It was like Flintstone, soft, so I'll be just soaked up, looking like a fat Santa. So, that's it, man. So, and I just hate, like you said, I hate that heebie-jeebie feel,
Yeah.
Especially when you clean out the chicken coop, like, everything's all over you, the dust, and you just feel not so fresh.
Yeah.
You see what she said? Yes. Oh yeah. But Willow numbers. But Willow's a troublemaker. That's why at one time I was protecting Willow. Then Willow is like that little brother or sister that just cry wolf. I mean, the chicken might know what I'm talking about. Just cry wolf like. Kate can be minding her own business, and Willow will just jump on her and stir Kate up. And then she want to whine when Kate get the best of her. And I was like, at one time, I was like, you know what? I'm not even paying y'all no mind no more. Now I don't pay them no mind. They just have their own thing now. I don't pay them no mind. It was the creepy crawls. That's what it's called, the creepy crawls. Yeah, that's what you feel the creepy crawls. Yeah. But right now, I'll be outside on the deck or sitting there, and they go at it. I don't even get involved. Only time I get involved, I feel Kate sometimes take it a little too far. Kate will go, she gets too amped up, and then she'll take it a little far down, tell them, hey, cut it out, and they'll just stop and regroup their feelings. Sometimes I think Kate catches a feeling because Willow will bite the back of her leg, her heel, what you want to call it, Heelys, the Achilles heels. So sometimes that might hurt. So I don't know. I don't know what a dog feels when somebody bites that part of their back of their hind leg. Kate would go after her a little bit harder when she does that, but otherwise, it's all right. And that's it. The only thing I have ever seen. Only thing I can advise anybody who has a small backyard like me, don't have acres or. That's a lot of poop to clean up. And I feel bad for Nikki because Nikki had a whole bunch of dogs. I go out there every other day, and between them 3, man, there's a lot of poop. There's a lot of poop. you know. Yeah, not I have a can out there with plastic bag in it, and I'll just go out there every other day and I'll clean up all the poop in the garden because I don't want to walk around my backyard stepping in no poop. Oh yeah, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like just go and get beat up on. That's it. So in some way, I feel that King is teaching her how to fight. You know what I mean? It's like to get into a battle with another dog. I ain't worried about them battle. I ain't worried about Kate. Now, Nadine is like that spoiled child. She's been the first child, and she was the only child for so many years. Kate is that foster child. You know what I'm saying? She was a foster child. Kate came to me when she was 4 months old. I got her when she was 4 months old, and she was already into her own thing. And I always say she's a devil dog. I don't know advice. I love her now, but some days I think Kate is a human or some type of demon dog. But she's mine. But the day she act a fool, because I'm not gonna be that Cujo thing. Like, what's the matter, girl? And she growl at me, I'm shooting her. Pow. I think I watch too many horror movies, man. I always see these things with the pets, the animals, the cats, the dogs, right? And the dog, some type of the demon getting the dog, and then the people like, the dog, that's your dog. Just like you say, your Great Dane, right? Your Great Dane sleeps in the bed with you, right? And that Great Dane, one day you walk in the room, the dog just staring at you. You're like, what's the matter, boy? What's the matter, girl? I don't watch enough horror flicks to say, hey, you know what? I'm shooting you. But I told my wife because Kate, when we got her, right, and before I realized what her breed was, she was a crossbreed. It was like Kate was grown overnight. Like, okay, this dog is growing, like literally outgrowing the cages, and I had to go get a super big cage. I'm like, it seemed like this dog is outgrown. I'm like, there's no way in the world this dog is growing 4 or 5 inches a night. That's what they were seeing, like she was outgrowing this cage. And then I found out she was a mix with a lab and extra large American bully, which is the big demon dogs. They just didn't cut. I never cut her ears, so she'll look like she has this look. And sometime I'll come in the middle of the night, and she'll just be staring there, just looking at you, just staring at you. You know what I'm saying? Just zone on you. And I'm like, what's and I was like, and I told her like, yo, if that dog start growling, I'm shooting. Willow sleeps on her back. Willow is Willow. Willow toss and turn like she has insomnia. She's like the alarm clock. She is up at 6 o'clock, 6:20. She's got to go outside. She's like longer. You hear her whining around 6 o'clock, 6:10, 6:20. It's like she see the light or something. That she feels she hears the birds or something. She knows she needs to go outside. Oh yeah, Willow's still a pup. She's 4 months old, but she's just as big as Kate right now. Willow's gonna be big, like me and the wife and the kids. Willow is going to be a big female German Shepherd. Most of the time they say the female shepherds are smaller than the boys, but looking at Willow, the way she's growing, oh my God. It's just, and she's a vacuum cleaner. She made me so mad the other day. I was like, Willow makes you think she is a food deprived dog. She sucks. I said, Willow, do you even taste your food? Now you used to, you might know because you're young. When your parents or somebody say, did you taste your food? You scoffed it down. I don't even realize if Willow even tastes the food. She just bowl gone. Like you be thinking like she just scoffs it down and it just hurts. And don't give her vanilla Oreo cookie because that's their thing. My dogs are bougie. They'll go through a party pack of Oreo vanilla cookies, Oreos. So they all get 2 apiece, and I think they count. And I don't even think Willow even tastes the cookie. She sucks both of them out. I'm like, did you even taste the vanilla in that cookie? Kate be looking at her like, Kate and Nene be still eating their little 2 cookies. Willow sucks us up like a vacuum cleaner. So it's crazy. The other day she came in and I treated them some. I had cooked me some air fried chicken wings. So I was giving them a treat. This is what we call a treat, right? So it was outside. So I laid a piece of chicken drum. I broke it in half and then gave Nadine a piece. And soon Willow hit her cage. She sucked the chicken bone, the bone part, the drum part of the. I made her drop it. I was like, oh well, Kate, you just can't just suck up. I mean, just sucked it straight in her mouth like she was just gonna swallow it like a pill. Then she took her time when I got on her case, and then she dropped it, and then she started chewing on it like she's supposed to. It's like she just, I'm like, what's wrong with you? Oh yeah, they swallow. Like I said, I don't even think they taste the food. I don't think Willow tastes the food. You hear Kate. Kate will be eating. You hear the chewing. You hear Nadine. All you hear is the bowl going all around Willow's cage. I'm like, Kate, Willow, slow down. Yeah, Kate can go. Willow can go through 4 pounds of food a day easily. I mean, like dry dog food, 4 pounds a day easily. About 4 pounds, 16, 16. Yeah, 4 pounds a day plus treats. Oh yeah, she was on March 3rd. She just turned 4 months. July 3rd. She's only 4 months old. 4 months old and big. Big and very smart. That's a good thing too. Very smart. She just got to learn to stay out of Nadine's face. That's the only thing I worry about her. She just loves looking in Nadine's face because I think that's like that mother figure thing. Because Nadine's a 20-year-old lab and she just loves to be in the face all the time. Nadine growls at every now and then. Yeah, exactly, Nikki. That's what I was saying. I was asking people like Bougie and them, like, have they, because they eat a lot. I don't know if, my animals are well fed. That's what I say. Because I'm the type of dude, like, I can leave my steak in the living room, on the table, my baked potato when I'm watching a movie and stuff. I don't have to worry about Nadine or Kate eating my food. Like, you know how you leave your food, like, oh man, I'm gonna go get a napkin. I ain't coming back and my steak gone or my sandwich is gone. My Jersey Mike's is gone. You know what I'm saying? They know don't touch the food unless it's given to them, So Willow, she's young, so that's the only thing I'm worried about her. So I'm trying to keep her around the family when I'm down here. She's out the cage. Have her sit under me, sit down. She expect what she's supposed to. It's a lot of responsibility for an in-house dog. Nikki might be outdoors, so her dogs are more outdoors. But an indoor dog it takes a little bit more training. A little bit more. It's a little more difficult to me than an outside dog because if it's inside, you be fooling around cooking your chicken, putting your chicken on the table, and they big, they'll stand up on it. You go use the bathroom, they come back, got half of your plate on the floor. Gone. Even if I treat the chickens, when they get treats, oh man, they go through it. They go like, and chickens don't even have taste buds. I don't even know why they just go like they deprived. They wait for that treat on Wednesdays. And it's like they know. Wednesday's treat. I went out there Thursday and I gave them, I don't know if you saw that video of me giving them the spaghetti, the tuna fish, the rice, the peas, crackers, stuff that we had in our refrigerator. Shoot, 50 pounds. Man, I don't know what you be doing. 50 pounds. How many dogs you have now, Nikki? Because these 3, shoot, every 2 weeks we're going to get another 40-pound bag. Okay, the food we serve them, the food that we give them is balanced. Yeah, it's the balance, the black bag balance. I used to give them the Purina True Instinct. And for some reason, when we was feeding Nadine that, she was having a problem like stiffness. It was doing something to her joints. So we realized she would throw it up. So Purina True Instinct, that one to be it's like supposed to be almost the same thing as blue. What's that blue? What's that blue thing? What they got blue something? Blue food, whatever. Blue Buffalo. That's it. Blue Buffalo. It's supposed to be in the same ballpark as Blue Buffalo, but they didn't like it. So Balance with the black bag with the bee in it, you can get it at Walmart. They have sweet salmon and peas, a sweet potato with it. They have one with Venice. They have one with turkey. So yeah, those they don't have no problem with. Kate and Willow and Nadine don't have no problem with that. So that's another thing. That's it. So I said, usually but I do have some frozen eggs. I'm gonna actually start getting rid of some of these frozen eggs because I gotta make room for the new season. Have y'all done that? Have y'all cleaned out your pantry or y'all get through your whole food?
Yeah, we have to clean out our pantry sometimes.
Yeah, because y'all grow a lot. So do y'all share with your other family members or that's all for your family, just your family? Or...
We have a lot for our family because only me and my parents are the ones that eat things at the garden. So we have plenty of leftovers. So sometimes what we'll do is we'll go down to local farmers market and start selling some stuff there. And we can make a couple $100 sometimes if we have enough of the good stuff because some people really want to buy some stuff from you.
Okay, cool.
Especially with eggs as well. That's another big one is eggs.
Yeah, my eggs, our eggs is like I said, we have a client for our eggs, so we don't actually sell them because we're not we're FDA approved type joint. We're not a business on that aspect of FDA approved. So we have a private client, a private client club type thing. You get past that stuff. So it's we only have 29 eggs. So to me, the clientele is perfect because they can get 4 or 5 dozen from us. They know it's fresh. They know they can actually visit us in our backyard and see how our chickens take care. They see the vegetables because most time if I have a lot of vegetables, if the season's out here, I'll give stuff away. I mean, to our customers, the doctors and the nurses and the neighbors. Certain things like the zucchinis and stuff I'm having here, if it explode, the eggplants and stuff, I get that away because we don't eat that. We don't eat it. I just grow just to be growing. A lot of stuff I grow in my garden just to see if I can grow it. It's not really I use. The only thing I eat out of my garden, y'all, and that could be a trivia question for people, my potatoes, bell peppers, and all my fruits. Everything else collard green, kales, all that zucchini stuff. The only thing I get out of one thing is the bell peppers, potatoes, and my fruits. And we eat a little bit of corn. We don't, I got a whole shoot load of corn out there. But I was, maybe 12 years of corn was for my family. The rest will go to the neighbors and they'll grill it up, whatever they want to do with it. If I grow kale, cabbage, and stuff like that, is my neighbors a juicer, so they juice. I really don't share my fruits. If I get fruits and stuff like that, I don't share. I don't share too much of I don't share none of my potatoes if I can. No potatoes are being shared. Sometimes I share bell pepper. Otherwise, everything else you can have in the garden. That's why I was wondering why people stealing stuff like butternut squash and acorn squash. You stealing that? You could have asked me. I'd have gave it to you because I don't eat that. Because most time anything, I don't know if you got everything that I don't eat. If I have too much of it, it goes to the chickens. Now I got the rabbits that go to rabbits. I got some lettuce out there right now. I got to harvest and give it to the rabbits before it bolts. That might probably be tomorrow. No, I just go ahead. I don't even do all that. If I just actually boil the corn just like everybody else do in the world, and we'll just have it and just eat it. We have our fill. We don't eat a lot of corn. So the corn to carb is something let's taste what came out of our garden. The corn, we'll eat corn, but we don't eat corn on a regular. It'll be just a treat, a summer treat into summer. Harvest it, pull it out. Sometime, if it's real sweet, we'll just eat it. My daughters and me, we'll just eat it straight out. Just pull the silk off and get the water hose The last time we had corn, it was that good. We could eat it plain. It wasn't even cooked. It was that delicious and sweet. We ate it right off the vine, right off. Shucked it right there. Water hose them little silk things off of it and popped it. Yeah, we ate. Yeah. Now my neighbors across the street, they Spanish, and they'll do the roasting the corn, and they'll throw the cheese on it, Parmesan and stuff like that. They do that shaky stuff that y'all see in certain these carnivals and stuff. They do that. My neighbor, she's from the Caribbean. They'll roast their corn. We do the American way. We just throw it in a bowl of water with some salt, sling a little salt and pepper on top with a little butter, and keep it moving. Man, that part. That's it. Only thing I'm be doing in a few. Matter of fact, tomorrow I got to harvest. Now I got to harvest some of my herbs, like the rosemary and some of the lavender. So I'm gonna go to YouTube and learn how to harvest it without killing the darn thing. I know they say you got to take off like 1/3 of it or something like that. Harvest 1/3 of the herbs before. Don't harvest half because you could probably put the plant into shock or something like that. Well, I never harvest herbs. I mean herbs like that. Now I see some people, they harvest at the end of the year. They just cut it down. They just let it go, and then at the end of the grow season, they just take it down and cover it over with mulch. Yeah. I grew this. I mean, I didn't grow jack. I did starter plants this year because I can't grow herbs from seeds. I'm just be honest with you. Didn't even lie about that in my video. I cannot grow herbs from seeds to save my life, and I have the equipment to do that. I have trays like this. I can grow everything else. I got these trays that I grow my other stuff, my 420 crops, and I have all that professional grow lights. I got a grow room, and these are all for this 420 world. And I can grow that, but can never grow herbs in a controlled environment. Not gonna happen. I got seeds. Do I have seeds here? I got tons of seeds. That's why. Stay with, and this is what just while we're having a conversation here. I stay with seeds. This is my what I call my rotation crop of seeds, where I have tons of seeds in case this is my prepared, like when we say prepper type thing. This is what I'm carrying with me: seeds, things like this, seeds, microgreen seeds. I keep buying these things. I can't, like somebody was saying, or somebody else's live, they can't walk around when the seeds go for 50% off, 75% off at Track Supply. I grab Gene Jang a load of it, and I give some seeds away to people too. But those in my bags, those in my bug out bags, seeds, and I'll rotate the seeds, but seeds, because if you want to travel light. All right, good night, Nikki. Good night. You up to about what, 114? Yeah, we can do 130. Hour and 30 minutes. I keep a lot of seeds as a go out bag, a bug out bag. Seeds, stuff like that, and I rotate. It was easy to rotate seeds and try to deal with jerk chicken and jerky and stuff. I'm not trying to use a lot of stuff. So if I can grow, if we need to leave and abandon our home, I can actually grow crops if we find somewhere in one of our properties or get somewhere we can start growing our own food. So winter crops like lettuce, beets, roots, root seeds or something like beets and turnips and stuff like that, and carrot seeds, stuff like that. So that's my bug out bags. My bug out bags is not heavy where we're gonna pass out trying to carry them and get away from people. So bug out bag is lighter than an average bag, a school book bag. You know what I mean?
Mm.
We keep a fishing line, some hooks, some weights, some fake food, some fake worm. The fake worm things. Yeah, keep stuff like that light. So if we come through a pond, we could do light. If we could dig for worms, we could get a bug or something. We'll get a bug off the tree or somewhere and put it on the hook. You know, throw the line out there with a sinker. You don't even need a pole. Just take the spool, fishing line spool, swing it out there, pick you up something, get you some fish, stuff like that. That's my prepping stuff. Not checking nothing. I'm not carrying no generator. Generator is a joke. You can't prep with no generator. If things hit the fan, you ain't carrying no generator on your back, so you can hang that up. That's just a paperweight. Now, for hurricane season, where things like you say you're going to need it for bad weather, generators are great. It's one thing I was looking at. I was looking at a portable solo thing, like solo thing, like it's probably like this size, like this. It's flat. And it's everything inside built into the solo thing, where you can charge up like a cell phone if you have it. The things at the fan, a cell phone ain't gonna work any one way. You know what I mean? I keep some 9-volt batteries to hit the batteries and little AA batteries to start a fire if you don't have a lighter. Stuff like that. Certain kits, suture kits, in case you get ripped open by something or get cut open, you can close the wound up. There's a lot of stuff that I would like to put out there. Yeah, patient grasshopper. Oh yeah, patient is key. Patient is key. Yep. So you're going to 10th grade this year, right?
Yeah.
You looking at some colleges, or you have a plan that you're gonna do?
I have a plan, but I'm gonna have to go to another state because my dream job is not available in our state anymore for college courses. So I am still looking, but yeah.
So out of state, were you going 2 states over, or are you going towards the South or Midwest? That's
probably towards the South, where they probably have that course more often, because there's probably more universities to the South since there are bigger states, so more people in them. That's where I'm gonna start looking probably.
Okay. So you're gonna try to? Oh, you said the job is not in your state no more.
It's in the state. It's just colleges don't offer the course in the state. The last college that offered this course just discontinued it after the last semester of last year. So yeah, I can't do the course in the state. So I'd have to go to another state to get my degree in it.
Okay. So is it something that I ain't at your business, but is it something that you can work anywhere? You can it's not it's a specialty. It's
it's
you can work anywhere. Anywhere in the world you can work.
Yeah, it's a national job, sort of it's I'm gonna be working as a meteorologist in the future, because that's my dream job. I've been obsessed with looking at radars and maps like that since I was 8. So I've been trying to so I've been learning a lot about that stuff for 7 years now or something like that, and it's been a wild ride learning all that. And I kind of want to do that as my future job, but I don't think there's any colleges that offer that in the state anymore, unless something comes up before I graduate in 2026. Then there's
then you should be your 11th year. You might should do some little internships, your local news cast. They might hit them up, ask them they meteorologists or some stuff like that.
Yeah.
Try to get your feet in the door by that way of doing the internship. It might be a pay, a stipend. It might be a little something at the end of the internship or the beginning. Yeah, that'd be nice. Get your feet wet. That's where you want to track yourself. So you want to probably just get into some internship, summer camp or something like that. Have you ever thought, hey, actually, as a matter of fact, they do have those camps. They have those camps. Meteorologist camps, they do have them. I think my daughter, she was looking at that at one time. And they had camps. Yeah, they had camps. Mm-hmm. Yeah. They had camps. I forgot where the state the camp was at, where they had meteorologist camps. Mm-hmm. They even have archaeology camps too. You go away to Utah or something like that, in the desert, or Montana somewhere for the summer, and you be out there hoofing and digging for dinosaur bones and all kind of nonsense. Yeah.
I'm gonna start looking at something like that soon, because if I don't get that figured out soon, it would be much better to figure it out now than it would be to figure it out at the last second.
Oh yeah. Oh, big time. Yeah, definitely get into it before your 12th year. At least you have an idea. Like I said, you just got to take advantage of everything, man. That's what I could take advantage of everything. you might have a local. What is your local station up there? I mean, I know we got News 12 down here. Channel, 12 News is local, so. But
I don't remember what ones we have up here. It's like we listen to like the statewide ones. I know like there's 3 in central states. Like that's like one of the main places we go for like the weather sometimes, and like there's also other main sources, but like I don't really remember since like we're in like a more isolated region of the state.
What you could do is, did you think about joining the Facebook group of the Storm Chasers?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna join them soon.
Huh?
I haven't yet thought of it, but I probably will now.
Yeah, like they got these clubs on Facebook, Storm Chaser clubs. Matter of fact, I believe they got them in YouTube also. You join that community. That'd be a beautiful community.
Yeah.
Start your channel and find that channel for Storm Chasers. There's one famous guy I follow. Oh my God. I'm gonna get you the name of him. I don't know him off the hand. I'm bad at that, bro. He's a guy who, matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you who you follow. If you follow the kid that blew up big time, Prepper 101.
Yeah.
Prepper 101, they do a lot of radar. They find where the military's moving. They do a lot of radars. They got all that stuff. That's a guy, if you're really into radar reading stuff and how things are the patterns, Prepper 101. Not prepping 101, Prepper 101. He has a huge fire. I remember he was small just like you when I met him. And he came up and he came on the live with me and Crazy Ed, and now he's like one of these big YouTube dudes, man. And Nikki might remember him. He came up on my first time I went live, and he asked me did I want to monetize. That's how big he is now. Super big, like, and that's why I say like a lot of people I see who actually surpass me, just like you. When I met you, you remember you was like, I'll be lucky to get 50. I'll be lucky to get 100. I'll be lucky to get this. And look at you. You surpassed me, man. And I tell you, go for it, man. So you keep up the good work, bro.
Yeah.
And, some people get jealous of people that gets past and they're like, oh, if it wasn't for me, man, listen, I love it when I see channels. There's a young lady, no, she's not young, but she would say, I remember when I was in 1,000, Michael Farmer went live, and now she's huge, bro. Huge on Instagram, bro, and Facebook. Like, I'm talking about the 300,000 plus, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And I felt good when she was like, in fact, she was on Garden State Garden's channel. I remember when Garden Sate Garden was in your boat, in your shoes when I met him.
Yeah, isn't he like now at like 12 or 13,000 or something like that right now?
I'm over here raggedy trying to catch up to 2,000. You know what I'm saying? Like, but then I left YouTube. Like, this is my 4th time YouTube, so I would have probably been up there too if I stayed consistent. That's what I was telling people. Like, a lot of times I don't blame nothing for my work. It's just I'm not consistent. If I stayed around and kept pushing and do every 3 days I'd be doing a video live, I've probably been up into the 10, 20. I would have been probably at the 50,000 easy at this point. But it's just not me to push this as a business for me. You know what I mean? I like tangible business. I like business like my stuff. I got packages I got to send out here. So I got packages sitting over there on the table that need to go to the post office to be mailed out. That's my business. Tangible way. I get that green today. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't get that green every month from somebody telling me they don't hold my money. I get my green soon. You send that ching, your package go out the door. I like tangible money in my hand. So, and I'm sending right now. I'm sending a package out for a person to start their own business, because I got into that world. I don't talk about too much on YouTube, where I give you a starter kit to start your own business. Like, you let me know what business you want, especially in the CBD or teas and soaps and stuff. I got to the point where I do a starter kit now. Give you everything you need to start your own little online or farmers market type business. So that's a whole nother game I don't talk about on YouTube, because YouTube got haters. You already know they got haters on that. So like I did a short. If you see my shorts, is a guy says I'm not looking for people no more. I'm not helping nobody no more unless you want.
Yeah.
You find me. I'm not trying to make your life better. You don't want better for your life. You just like to complain. And if you really want to do something and get some money in your pockets, I can point you to the right people. I know too many people a lot of fields that I might not be able to guy to bring you to the promised land, but I can point you to the promised land. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what I'm doing now. Like I give classes at my house here, where people come to learn how to do certain things, So it's hand in hand with gardening, it's the same thing, same concept, just they growing something different, you know what I mean? They growing hemp or they growing CBDs, you know what I mean, or the THC stuff, So that's a business that a lot of people in YouTube frowned upon,
Mm.
Sooner it's gonna be like buying Cheerios in the street, you know what I mean? So that stuff there. So and I do my teas. All my teas is a legit tea company. It's called microsinfusions.com. Those teas I custom make. You can get the regular tea from me, or you can get the tea infused with CBD, not marijuana, CBD,
Yeah.
So that's a booming business, But to definitely get into the meteorologist, man, get into that, man. That can take you around the world because a lot of things around the world they need people to read the weather. You see the mudslides in India, man? It's crazy.
Yeah, those ones. Yeah.
Like you get into that field, you can go anywhere because it's not a lot of people going into that field too. That's a field that is actually kind of open door. There's selective few. You got to be on top of your game on that one.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna make calls for people that change people's lives. You make the wrong decision, you got people running to the west when they should have been running east. Yeah. So, yeah. Storm chasers. It's a profitable business, man. Storm chasers. I didn't even know it was that lucrative, man.
Yeah.
I thought it was some like little geeks and gooks, man. I'm like, nah, these guys are getting endorsements, like getting sponsors to just find patterns and things like that and make knowledge of the way the storms work. I'm like, you talking about millionaires, bro. You talking about millionaire dudes. Like, I mean, you got your low end dudes, guys who are trying to come up, but then you got your legends, like these guys like get endorsement by companies and stuff and equipment that great salary. So definitely get into that. I like that. That's a good thing, man. You don't hear too many kids talk about going into that.
Yeah. Like nowadays everyone just wants to like be like the social media star. Like they want to be having like 2.6 billion followers on TikTok nowadays, but like I'm not like that. Like I'm sorry, like yeah, I do YouTube. And a lot of people laugh in my face for that because yeah, I'm not monetized yet because like I made this huge mistake back in like October, November to just focus on shorts and the like little requirements of like 10 million shorts views is insanely high. Like it's just easier to get 4,000 hours. I should have just been uploading at least every other day back then. That's one of the mistakes I made.
You didn't get your watch time? I think you should have been monitored. You already got the 1,000. You don't have the watch time or something?
Yeah, I don't have a lot of watch time. They've been removing it. Like I was at 1.9K for a little while ago, and now I'm all the way back down to 1.2K because they keep removing it. So like I'm really low on the watch hours, but I'm gonna like I don't know if it's because like my videos are too short, but like one thing I notice is like I get less and less people to click on my videos, and like I don't like comparing myself to others, but like other people smaller, similar in size do get some more clicks and like some things like that. Like I get about 20-40 views of my video, which is actually pretty low for a channel my size.
Nah, you know what? Probably thinking too hard of it, man. You see what I do. I don't give a darn. I just throw it out there. Whatever, it's like throwing what they say, throwing I'm gonna try to give a new analogy to it. Throwing something against the wall to see if it sticks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
and that's what I do, man. I just throw those shorts out, but I like a short. But all my shorts have a meaning to it. So, some people, they understand what I'm talking about, where I'm coming from. So I understand when I hear these Instagram guys and these YouTube guys who saying you can make money without even making a video. And that's what I'm doing. Like, the shorts, but you can actually find other videos and sling it to your side of the fence and make money. Because a lot of times, a lot of other people are not over on YouTube. A lot of people's not on Instagram. A lot of people's not on Facebook. Not a lot of people's not on TikTok. So I have learned there's programs where you can actually use and get views from people to stuff that's not even yours. You can go get stock videos. You know what I'm saying? You can actually get stock videos and do what you did. Like you put stock videos together and put music to the stock videos, right? You pay for that. What is it called? Shutterstock them?
Yeah, something like that.
And
I
you
like
put,
use like free versions of those, but I will occasionally have to like, yeah.
yeah, you can just, I mean, they got tons of stuff that you don't even have to have a camera. That's what I say. You just got to be creative,
Yeah.
stuff like that. So um, then you get creative and you just ask people for footage. For $5, you can go to Fiverr.com. There's people in other countries who actually send you footage of rainforests, panthers, things that's in their neighborhood, wherever they get their footage from. Sling it right up there and commentate it. You know what I mean? Howard Cosell. I mean, you might not know who Howard Cosell is, but you wouldn't even have to pick up a camera no more. And I'm learning it, but I'm learning on my own. It's not like I'm taking a class. I'm learning like you can do this. You can just go over here, move this over here, move this over here, and you're still in the guidelines of YouTube.
Yeah.
So, and I hear people talk about, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. Like, what are you talking about? I'm seeing these guys doing it. I'm in those streets. I'm really in those streets of Instagram, and I'm like, these guys are just taking other people's stuff and just flinging it. They just slinging it and doing their own thing, and it's like, yo, they get more views than me, but I ain't mastered that. I'm just throwing it out there. Just like I said, throwing something against the wall, see if it sticks. Because my last one, you saw the little boy Jimmy.
Yeah.
Timmy stole my bike.
Yeah, that one got like 4.6K actually.
Exactly. That's coming from somebody else's situation, which he had way more views than me. But here it goes. It's 4,000 views on my side of the fence. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Did nothing but just say, hey, I moved it over here, put a new title to it. Boom, was under the guidelines of YouTube. 4,000K on that, bro.
Yeah.
That one with the bird, the owl with the woodpecker, that was five and change.
Yeah, that one I also kind of like stole that idea from you as well. And I made my own, and I got like 3,700 views, I think, as well.
Yeah, like you just gotta go, don't do nothing, man. Just hey, Button Nugget. Hey, Button Nugget Homestead, what's going on? What's going on, man? What's going on? I hope y'all are well. I'm hoping everything is nice. I haven't been over on your side of the fence, so I've been busy with the company. The chicken done grabbed me for an hour and 30 something minutes.
Yeah.
So definitely, I hope you get some views, man. You gotta give me. So I ask anybody, if you invite me to your lives, hit me up in an email. Give me the date and time so I can try to work it for y'all. Like people, I don't have a problem coming talking and chopping it up. I'm not good in that sharing and notifications, so we can push it. Okay, everybody, I'm going back live on Fridays at 2:00. Everybody's welcome. I don't have no censorship. You can promote it. You can say, hey, Michael Farmer's gonna be on my channel, da da da. I don't have a problem with that, y'all. People ask me to hit me up an email. Like, I'm like, there is no censorship on me. Everybody's welcome. I'm not into that cliquish thing. I've never been that way. Everybody's welcome to come up. If I put the link inside the chat, you're welcome to come up. So I never be on that person like, certain people can come up because I'm cool with them. So calm down, Nightbot. Nightbot. Oh yeah, Nightbot. Everybody don't like Nightbot for some reason.
Yeah, just all of a sudden, like, it didn't work. Like, I set it up back in, like, August of last year, and it didn't work. And then all of a sudden, there's, like, this other channel. He like, exploded in recent days. You might have saw in, like, my featured channels section. I have, like, this channel featured. I think it is Big Feathers Farm. He went from, like, 1.2K all the way up to 25K in, like, a week. Like, he commented on one of my things with, like, 2 or 3 emojis. And Nightbot all of a sudden was like, stop spamming emojis. And it just started working, and then that's like, I didn't even set up those commands. The only commands I set up was if you were to type 92, it would drop your channel link. That I typed in 92 and it never works for some reason. It's like acting real weird.
I would give people, if you have a problem, just disable Nightbot. Like if it's really getting to be a nuisance for your people, Nightbot ain't nothing really at the end of the day. Because like I said, I got a few mods and moderator, whatever, man. But if somebody say something crazy in the down chat, I don't pay no mind. It's just like I grew up in the world going through school, right? If you don't pay them no mind, they leave. It's just like a disruptive kid in the classroom. If y'all don't pay him no mind, he'll sit down and be quiet. is when you go, come on, man, he's just gonna keep acting up. If you don't pay him no mind, like you don't, he'll either leave because it's boring to him, he'll leave. But when people try to fight them, they go back. They love that. They get into your skin, they get under your skin. I don't really, don't matter to me. Stay in here. You want to be bored? Because you looking at me is getting me more watch hours. You know what I'm saying? It just adds to the pot for me. So once you tell them that, they get upset because they don't want you to grow. That's the hater inside them. Like, you can stay because, the more people watch me, the more views I get, the more watch time I get. So if I got 30 beanbags in here, thank y'all very much for being here. Appreciate you. Once you say that to them, they gone because they don't want you to go there. Oh yeah, he young to us. I tell people in a heartbeat, bring on, bring it on. I ain't trying to stop you. Like they say, there's no such thing as a bad review. That's what they say, right? I don't know. There's nothing such as bad publicity. Everything is good publicity. Oh, Nightbot can be useful, but listen. Y'all, everybody worry about AI, but everybody got Nightbots on their joint. Like you be on your channel complaining about the AI about to take your jobs. And what's AI? Nightbot. You got something controlling your chat and your people, but you'll be on a live talk about how the robots are taking your jobs and AI is just bananas and AI is going to do this. But see how easy everybody want to run and get a Nightbot on their channel? That's an AI. And he's jacking y'all up, and y'all choose not to disable him. That's on y'all. I think I do have Nightbot, but if Nightbot act a fool up on my channel, off with his head. Off with his head. I'm not going to wait. I'm like, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be back after these fine messages. And Nightbot will get deleted. Because in our world, I don't do censorship. I don't know why people like to censor themselves. The government and the people in the world have done a good job at having you police your own self, and you just don't even know it. Scared to say this, don't say that. You can't say this, you can't say. You're doing a good job. They don't even tell you that. You got people screaming in the chat. Don't say that. You can't say that. You censoring yourself. I ain't never policing myself. Hey, Tiny Farm. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Ain't that Button Nuggets too? Ain't that that was the original name? It wasn't the name they changed. I'm bugging out, y'all. Now I'm confused. Button Nugget Homestead and Tiny Farm Nuggets. Are y'all? You know what? I know both of the channels. I'm confused because it's been a minute for me. All right. Okay, I know I was bugging out. I'm like, hey, ain't that the same people? Okay, gotcha. I was bugging. Yeah, I was like, sometimes people be changing their name and think you're supposed to know they changed their name. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I said the butt. Yeah, man. So I'm glad. I hope everything worked out for you. I hope y'all rebuild. I know y'all was rebuilding last time I was, on y'all property. Y'all was rebuilding. Did you ever get to rebuild? No, I'm not confused. It's me. I haven't been around that much. I haven't been around. Did y'all ever get to finish rebuilding? Oh, you're not done there yet. Okay. All right. It'll take time. All right. So that's cool. Okay, as you can. That's how you got to do it. You got to take a little bit at a time. You still got to live your life. You can't put everything down and start. That's all. That's the same thing with me. Shoot, my backyard ain't finished, and I got a backyard, and I need pallets to build the dog run correctly. But I'm thinking I might change my mind about the dog run and get that. Nah, I really don't want. I'm gonna get it now. I was thinking about it, but now as I thought about when Chicken was talking about the electric fence, I said, you know what? Nah. Yeah, I'll just go get the pallets. I get the wood pallets. It's cheaper, it's free. I ain't got to spend no money. I don't want my dogs to touch a fence and get electrocuted. I mean, like get, you know, for a dog run. Nah, they good. They decent dogs. Yeah. Oh yeah, but I mean, you know what, guys? I have learned if you have seen everybody like Simply Jan, all and all the guys that I follow, just be yourself. You really is like a World War II pilot where they say flying by the seat of your pants. That's you too. You just be yourself. Don't overthink it. You'll be fine. That's the same thing I used to tell the chicken. Don't overthink it. You overthink it, you can go bald. Just don't overthink it. Just come up. You want to talk about something, talk about something. That's all. If you want to stay up for 30 minutes, 4 minutes, like here it goes. I done talked enough. Chicken been sitting here for an hour and 41 minutes and get his watch time, and I can run my mouth while he's taking care of his business. He might be over there editing a video right now.
Yeah, like at the start of the stream, I was like editing a video, but like I'm clicking because like there's like some like tabs that like I have to like open and close because like my computer runs like and just randomly decided one day to like act like just started to like lag a lot. So sometimes I have to close out of different tabs that I've been like not using for a while. So like but I have been editing a little bit off stream because like yesterday, I don't know if you saw, but I went live with like this chicken camera for like 2.5 hours. Where like people just sat there, they got to watch my chickens slowly piling into the coop, and they got to see them for like an hour while they were sleeping. It was like a really cool stream that I really liked. So I'm like editing highlights of it.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That exactly what Button was saying. Like, I help people. People will say, hey, I want to grow my channel, I want to get some watch hours. Hey, hit me up. I can talk for everybody. You know what I mean? Why you're doing this is getting your watch out. A lot of people don't want to put the work in. They'll call you their friends. They'll say they love the community, but they don't put the work in to help you get where you know. I mean, you got to do the work some of yourself now. And I'm not going to do it all for you. But if you have a problem being on YouTube for 2 hours, 3 hours, hey, hit microphone up. We're going to have some fun. We're going to laugh, talk trash, whatever. Those 3 hours benefit you. It doesn't benefit me. That's what I'm telling people. That's the blessing for me. Like I will help you grow your channel. There's a young lady. What's her name? Oh my God. She was on Garden State Garden the other day. And I was there. And she was like, I remember when Micro Farmer, I wasn't 1,000. Now she's big. She's a homestead. She just bought a property up here.
I feel like her name is like Wicked Awesome Gardener or something like that.
There you go. That's it. That was it. Yeah. Wicked Garden, something like that. Yeah, and she was like, when she was part of the homestead garden community thing, whatever, and she's saying she's trying to get to 1,000, and I went live and I said I'm not leaving until she hit 1,000. She hit 1,000. She's gone, took off, man. You never know who you're gonna help in the world. You never know, and that's what you get blessed by things like that. Don't look for something you gotta get out of it. I don't look for nothing to get out of it. I never ask nobody, hey, praise me. Hey, just go ahead and handle y'all business. That's why I think a lot of people likes me, even though I'm down to earth. I'm more down to earth. I just don't like people disrespecting women. That's not my pot. Do it behind closed doors, whatever. Just don't do it in front of me. And that's where a lot of times, yes, the people not my wife, not my girlfriends, but I consider them as a YouTube friend or something like that. You can't disrespect them. Especially men, they can hold their own grounds. Men deal with it, but I'm more like, don't disrespect a woman in front of me. I'm not going to tolerate it. Now, the men, different story. Right. I would never come to a man's rescue. I'm not going to lie to y'all. A man can step up himself because I feel if I come to a man's rescue, if you're getting on his case and I'm coming here to my, hey, chicken, why are you doing this and why are you doing that? Why are you doing this and the third? And the man standing there, I'm basically I'm telling the guy he's a beanbag. He's not man enough to speak up for himself. That's sad as a man. Speak up for yourself as a man. Say, hey, I don't like what you said, Micro Farmer. I don't appreciate that. You don't need another man to speak for you. That's the worst thing, man. I don't want no other man speaking for me, bro. I can speak for myself. And I know how to hit that click button, get out the live. You know, like hit that click, that right click. You know, I'm not gonna be stuck like a deer in headlights sitting there. This, I don't like something you say to me. I click out of it before I lose my cool. You know, I used to spaz out. Now I don't spaz out no more. It don't pay me no mind. Pay no mind. Same thing, man. I just love when I see channels that I remember when they were small channels and they up there now, like Miss Andell. You know what I mean? I remember when she was a small channel. Now she's up there. You know, Broke Farmer, small channel when I met them. Now they up there. You know, just enjoy it. Enjoy those people. Everybody has a moment how they met me. You know, they were like, and I love it when they say like, he's the only guy we know who left YouTube 3 times and came back. It's still monetized before some people, but I'm always gonna be me, man. I always want you to be yourself with the chicken, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't spaz no more. I don't pay no mind, but nigga, I don't pay nothing no mind. Listen, I don't pay nothing. I got a business to run now. It's taking off. I barely get this time to sit down and talk to anybody. Like Hands in the Dirt caught me the other night. The chicken caught me tonight. Most of the time, shoot, I'm looking at that bed at 9. It's 9 o'clock almost here. My bed be calling me at this time, like I'm like an infant, bro. I be up at 5 in the morning, and when I wind down by 10 o'clock, I'm gone. If you catch me over after 10 o'clock, that's good. I'm having a good day. I got insomnia. I can't sleep because I'm worried about something. No. I'm just saying. I just don't want nobody. No. I don't pay no mind. What I'm saying, people be looking for me to spaz out. I don't spaz out no more. I don't even do that no more. I'm so glad I can get up here and talk with the chicken. I mean, the chicken been following me since how old he was, like 11 or 12, something like that.
12, yeah.
12 years old. He's almost a grown man now, you know. So I be telling people, like, you'd be surprised how many people been following me for years, and you just like, man, and I see them take off, and I'm still at coming up to my little 2K, whatever. But I love it. I'd rather have people who know me or heard of me than the subscribers. Sometimes I go to people's channels and like, I heard of you. That's all. That's rewarding to me. You just at least you heard of me. That's my favorite. I'm gonna get that clip. If you can find that clip, that's from the Caribbean, the Pirates of the Caribbean. I forgot which movie that's from, but I'm gonna Google it. When Johnny Depp had said, the guy was saying something, he didn't know him or something like that, but he said, I heard of you. He's like, but at least you heard of him. That's all that matters, as long as you heard of him. And that's all that matters to me. Because I come across people's channels that I'm just popping up over there by accident. They come up in a feed. And I'm like, oh, I heard of you. I heard about you. I heard you. And I like that. At least you heard of me. At least I won't leave this planet unknown to a lot of people across this country and the world, probably too. You know, from the Philippines to the India, we want to go Asian. Well, just say Asian people. That's only most Asian people. People over in the British and the UK know me. People all across America know me. So I mean, they don't know me personally, but they heard of my name, but it's my YouTube name. You know what I mean? So that's what I like about it, man. At least, you know, somebody become famous or my kids come famous and they talk about me on TV, like, yeah, our dad was back then. He was on a thing called YouTube, and his name was Microphone. Somebody, oh, my dad knew your dad. You know, they was YouTube buddies. You never know where the world is. All right, so we up to the 150.
Yeah.
So what you wanted to go? 2 hours, you said?
Yeah, about 2 hours.
Go 2 hours. But that's I can say it on your channel, even though whoever watching it hear it from first over here on your side of the fence.
Yeah.
I think this year is going to be my last year gardening. I'm going to retire from gardening. I'm going to do it like a Michael Jordan type thing, but I'm going to retire from gardening this year. This is going to be my last crop this year. Everything is going to get dismantled, and whatever trees and fruit trees are left, left standing on the planet over here. That's going to go like the grapes, the fruit trees. But garden wise, um, I'm not going to garden next year. If it isn't next year, but I'm just saying I'm not. My goal is not to plant gardening no more. I'm going to go more into what you're doing, a little more in depth of chicken care.
Yeah.
More than rabbit care. Like I ain't even worried about telling you about no bradycards. I ain't worried about no corn, no butternut squash. I'm gonna just keep my own personal garden. Like I said, potatoes, bell peppers, and my peppers, my hot peppers. But that's gonna be behind the fence. Front yard's gonna go back to just 3 trees there, and everything else is gonna get dismantled. Um, and I'm gonna go into chicken care, like health. Get into the vitamin supplements and stuff like that. Natural methods of raising chickens. Since I got a bunch of them, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Go get me a table. Oh, I got rabbits. I got 11 rabbits. Thanks to y'all guys. I got 11 rabbits. I would have had. Oh, Jesus, I'd have had 17. Yeah, I'd have had no. I'd have had 16 rabbits on my property. 3 passed away. 2 got stolen, disappeared, stolen, whatever. Somebody came on my property, which I believe is the neighbors I have an issue with. 2 rabbits or so. So I would have had I got 11. 5. Yeah, I'd have had 16. I would have had 16 rabbits on my property. Right now, my problem is with Marshmallow and Snoop Snoop. What I learned raising rabbits is them 2 cannot be put with other rabbits. They can't be put together. They can't even put with other rabbits unless it's a female. And I don't have that bigger space to really do it. So I'm working and trying to figure something out, building something for them. I don't like my rabbits in cages. I personally don't. You know, that's my preference. But I got them in a dog cage, which is just them. It's in a bigger dog cage. Snoop needs a bigger dog cage, so I might just go ahead and pop out the other $60-something and go get another big dog cage. Recently, oh, you rehomed 40 rabbits and still got 100 of them? Jeez. Wow, that's a lot, bro. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. See, look, if you lived up here somewhere towards the north, man, rabbit goes for a lot of money here. Like if you had meat rabbit, I don't know if they meat rabbits and stuff. Yeah, farm market up here. I mean, meat rabbits. You know what? Have you ever? I don't know. Do you have them as pets or are they actually for food? But nuggets, your rabbits are for food. We got 7 minutes. We got 6 more minutes, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's why. Because you could. Oh, Matt. Okay. Because I was gonna say, have you ever you know how they do deer jerky, beef jerky? You know, do they even have rabbit jerky? That would be something to think about. Because I ain't gonna lie, and I love my Marshmallow and Snoop, man, but they're too dominant for 2 male rabbits. They are just super. I can't. It's gonna come a decision that I'm gonna have to make. I'm gonna have to make and get rid of all the boys. I really do. I really think I'm gonna have to get rid of all the boys or keep one boy. Since Marshmallow is gonna be older, he might go into a freezer camp or a smokehouse. Like you just said, but like him and the other 3 boys gonna go to the smokehouse, and I just keep Snoop. You know, Marshmallow, even though he was one of the first ones here, man, but I can't have no more babies. I don't have enough space to have more rabbits. So, and rabbits eat up a storm. Chickens eat up a storm. My dogs eat up a storm. I got 3 dogs. I had 4 dogs. We lost one in the pool. That devastated our family that fast, man. We had them for what, good 3 weeks or 4 weeks. fell in the pool and drowned. So, because that's the German Shepherd. You see Willow, the German Shepherd.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had Roxy. We got them from Nikki. So we had 2 German Shepherds, a lab mix, and a regular lab. That's Nadine. We had 4 dogs and made the mistake to let them outside and run to the sandwich store to pick up the sandwiches, and came back, and somehow she got curious and went up on the pool deck and fell in. And I was looking for her all around the town, all around. And I was standing out there. I was talking to another YouTuber. And I'm like, I think these people stole my German Shepherd, my puppy. I'm thinking I'm pissed off. I'm thinking somebody stole my dog. And just having the moonlight, just happened to hit something in the pool. And I looked, and yeah, she drowned. It's devastated us. I mean, my girls are tore up. I was messed up. I'm still messed up about it. So that's the thing, things happens on your land. That's another thing I would love to talk about. To be a farmer or a livestock person, right? My children learn to deal with losses, like death early, not a human death. I mean, what they did, the human, their great grandmother died, but they was babies, so they didn't understand the situation. But as like you were coming up as a young kid, coming up in a farm area with kids, with livestock, I don't even know how that affects children when they lose pets. You know what I mean? Like, that's my thing, is like, they was 7 years old and they had to deal with the loss of rabbits. Then at 9 years old, they dealt with the loss of a puppy. There was a puppy. Oh, best pot pie ever. He said, Popeye said the best pot pie I ever had, rabbit in it. All right. Old house turd restaurant. Okay, cool. But yeah, so as a young man, dealing with loss of animals as a young age, do you feel they affect you some kind of way, or is just you felt like that's part of life at this point?
At this point, it doesn't really affect me. Like, I remember when I lost my first chicken, Candlewick, back in 2020. I was like 12 at the time. I was like really sad. Like, I cried a little bit. But then when we lost Sprinkles, I barely cried. That was 2022. And then when we lost Chicken Burger Lovey, I was like kind of expecting it. Like, Chicken Burger had been escaping so much to the point where it was like, oh, she died. That's sad. But I moved on, and then Lovey died, and it was so upsetting to the point where it barely was upsetting. Like, I just stood there in the chicken yard, like she was killed by a hawk. I just kneeled down there in the chicken yard with all the chickens, clucking and cooing in the background. It was truly devastating, but I wasn't crying or anything. I was just sitting there in pure disbelief. Like, it was not really, like, I was upset, but it was more like disbelief type of upset. Like, did this actually just happen? Didn't feel like it happened. And then when we lost 3 chickens and our last duck in the pet flock last week, it hit like a massive rock, since they're pets, because like they're closer to the house. We all expected we'd have like a pet flock of chickens, and like it was so sad. But like, I didn't cry because I had gotten used to the fact that we're gonna lose some animals every now and then. And like in the future, we're gonna be doing like meat cows. I'm starting to get used to like losing animals. Like, we did meat chickens earlier this year, and that's not really the least gruesome process to go through when you kill meat chickens. When I came home one day and they were all turned into the little chicken things, little chicken, and they're stored in the freezer. It was like I moved on from it because I had gotten used to losing things at that point. So if you're like a young person, you're like 9, 10, 11, 12 years, 13 years old, and you're living on like a farm, you need to get used to losing things. And if you're like someone that's starting a farm and planning on having meat, you need to get used. Like, I hear from like hunters sometimes that like they're like hunters, like they're going out there and like killing animals for like food, like deer. Like, they're always saying it has like an impact somewhere mentally, and like they killed a living thing. But like, we have to all get used to that, even if we're not hunting animals and we're like just like raising them. And even like, it's not your fault if one of your animals gets killed. And I think that's one of the biggest misconceptions. Most of the time, it's not your fault.
Yeah, because I was thinking about, like, I never heard too many like homesteaders or farmers or whatever actually on YouTube, or a person on YouTube. Now, they probably did. I just don't follow. You know what I mean? Because I hate when I say I never heard of it, because I might not follow the person. So I might think like nobody really talked about, raising your kids up on a farm. And that's the way of life of not that you kill it yourself for food, but you go out there, you open the barn door, goat dead. Opening up the cow's dead in the pasture, just you don't know why. Maybe something got to it, a coyote got to the calf, and you just sometimes that's my worst fear. I ain't gonna lie. Every time I open up that chicken coop, whatever, and I go in, I'm looking for maybe one of them died or dead. I'm like, I hope when I open that door, that's like one of the things in the back of my head that I'm gonna do a head count. Hopefully, everybody's still alive in the morning, especially when these heat waves come, these crazy weathers. I always like this human stuff was going on. I was like, man, chicken coop stinking up because the humidity is like pushing that funk up. You know what I mean? So that's why I cleaned it out the other day. Rabbits and stuff was just, they yearned. Everything was just kicking up because it was just humid and hot and stinking. And I was just like, you just come out in the morning, you just say, hey, man, I hope I ain't got to bury something today. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's it. Like, now that's the only thing that bugs me out. Like say Wednesday, right? I got to stay up early, get up early in the morning, go collect the eggs because I'm so scared of chicken eggs, right? Where say like Wednesday's a heat wave, 90-something degrees, right? So it feels like 100. If it's 90 degrees, it feels like 90 degrees out here. If I don't open up that barn door, that door to that shed, it probably feel like 110 in there, right?
Yeah.
So I always worry if I don't go collect those eggs, I feel that they spoil. Like if it gets super hot in that coop, those eggs are no good. So I know I need to go in because that's my little pet peeve. I don't want to give nobody no damn bad egg where the egg actually cooked to 110 degrees up in there, 105, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Coop was so hot that the egg might just get super hot, even though the chicken ain't on top of it. The egg will just be because I got a metal chicken don't shake chicken box. I got a metal chicken box, so if it's hot, the metal's gonna get hot in there, So that's what I always wonder, how do you come back when it gets super hot? Because I know you have a wagon or something converted. How do you combat with the super heat? Do you go out there and get them chicken eggs every day before it gets super hot?
Typically, like, if it's, like, really hot out, like, we built the chicken coop in a way where it's able to keep them cool. Like, we'll sometimes, if it's, like, really, really, really hot, we'll bring electricity out to the coop with, like, a extension cord and plug it into the outside and plug in a little bit of a fan in there for them. We don't heat the coop in the winter because I think everyone knows at this point that heating your chicken coop is like the world's largest fire threat because pine shavings or whatever you use to the floor is extremely flammable.
Yeah.
I gotta do like put it in like a wood stove and you see what I mean.
Yeah, like I got a stove, I got the electric stove I'll bring out there. But what I do sometimes, like we have an issue down here, you might not have an issue because we don't have insulate. My shed is not insulated. So
yeah,
we get that stupid cold rain. I will walk in that shed, man. It feels like a walk-in deep freezer where people don't understand. Like sometimes chickens, it depends on where you're at. Because if you're in the South or the Midwest, you might not have that issue. But up here, chickens can catch the flu just like you.
yeah,
They can have respiratory problems if they breathe in a lot of moisture into their lungs. So when I go in there and I feel the moisture and it's super cold, and I realize they breathing in that cold air into their lungs, they can deal with a lot of respiratory issues. And your chicken could die from pneumonia, basically, flu and pneumonia.
yeah,
You be wondering what's wrong. Your chicken is actually breathing in just like us. If you breathe in a lot of cold, moist air in your lungs, you're gonna get sick. You're gonna catch the flu or pneumonia. So people don't just associate that with chickens. But if your chicken is breathing in moist, cold, moist air into their lungs, they have lungs just like us, you can have respiratory problems.
yeah.
Yeah. All right, we made the 2 hour and 5. Oh damn, we 2 hours and 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. So guys, it's 9 o'clock, 9:05 here. So hey, Butt Nuggets Homestead, if you go live on your new channel on your own, hit me up, microfarmer4@gmail.com. Everybody can reach me, microfarmer, the numeral 4@gmail.com. Oh, you gotta remember, I'm a family of 4 people: dad, mom, and 2 girls. So I don't know if you're gonna end it. You're gonna say your last words out. The chicken.
Yeah. My last words that I gotta say for the stream beforehand is I am trying to get watch hours because, like, I think just about everybody wants to get monetized, but like, I want to have at least a little bit of money before I go off to college, because college debt and stuff is not good in America right now. So like, I'd like a little bit of money, but like, I'm not like gonna be greedy for everything because I'm gonna invest money back into the channel. That's all I'm asking for. Even if it's just 25 cents a month, I'd still be very grateful for it. So like, yeah, that's all I gotta say.
So the chicken now, here it goes now. I give you heads up, man. If you're good at it, or your mom or your family member is good at writing some type of a template, put it on your computer.
Yeah.
A sponsorship paper. All you want is a sponsorship. You just need a template. Just have somebody and all you gotta do is fill in the company name. So everything's gonna be you, right?
Yeah.
And all you gotta do is fill in the company name and put in what you're looking for from the company. Like just ask, like have a description of items, like if it's a feed place or whatever. You're just gonna fill in things that you're looking for to be sponsored. If it's financially on that, or products for you to give away to people, because sometimes companies, you don't even have to ship it out. They'll give you the winner, and you email them the winner of your channel, the people in your channel. And for you to be a young teenager, man, they're gonna jump on it, because I'm gonna say I don't even look for these people. Now these people are finding me. So you just gotta get some. You gotta get some. If you don't have enough money, man, go get you a. Next time somebody's gonna give you a birthday gift, tell them to give you a $20 not a gift card, a Visa card, right? And go to Fiverr.com and get somebody to write you up a sponsored template. You can get them off Fiverr.com, $5, $10, man. So next time you have a birthday or some type of gift, or mitzvah, whatever the story may be, just have somebody type it up, and then you ship those things out to the company. Just email them. Don't even cost you nothing. You don't even have to go to the post office. Just email that thing. What is it? Darn fly in the house. It's one of the ones that make noise.
Yeah, those things are really annoying.
Yeah, no, but that's how you can get sponsorships, and like say you want to get ready for college and stuff like that. So there's so many ways, brother, that you can do, and it won't cost you that much money. Here we go. It looks like he's dying because he's slowing up, but I'm just going to get his hat off my fat head. So that's how you can get some sponsorships. It's the same way, like you see those guys that ride the BMX bikes.
Yeah.
Bikes. It's the same. It's the same platform, but just you're a YouTuber. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
See, YouTube is about monetization for that part, for somebody to see some Cash App and stuff like that. But you have reached the threshold for companies to sponsor you. So you don't need the watch outs for the companies like Betty Crocker and Sprite to sponsor you, bro.
Yeah.
Because the first thing that people's going to tell you, you got to have over 1,500 subscribers for them to even think about you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And your pictures, you're young, you're a farmer, you're sitting on X amount of acres, and you have some young followers and some elderly people follow you, bro.
Yeah.
The sky's the limit, bro. Sky's the limit. Matter of fact, I would tell you to hit up Prime. All y'all young kids are drinking Prime.
Yeah.
Who's this? Oh, that's you. Oh, no, that's... All right, Tiny. Yeah, I got you, Tiny. All right, got you. Yep, got you. Got you. Send you back. Okay. Yep, my dogs got to go outside. It's 9, 10. So 10 o'clock, you usually let them out. I hear them sitting up here jumping around. All right, y'all. Take care. God bless you. Hey, chicken, anytime, bro. Just give me a heads up. Heads up.
All right.
Cool. Gotcha.
I'll catch you guys all in a later video, and if you guys want, I can try to get the stream highlights out tonight. But either way, there'll be an even bigger stream highlights releasing before the end of August. So peace out, everyone. See you guys in the next live stream, which should be tomorrow.